we all know that our entire electoral process has been completely bought out. I mean, like, it's just bought out. And people that are grassroots can not compete in any real meaningful way against, and it's not just AIPAC, it's not just the Israel lobby, although that's right now what we're seemingly squaring off against, but it's all of it. And so I, for a long time, have been thinking, well, we just need to play their game. And so we are officially playing their game. So we are now announcing there is a Revolutionary Change PAC. We are a super PAC. I have a couple of ads to show, but we are up and running. And our mission is to fight against corporate interests and foreign interests that have completely taken over. So we can take unlimited money. We can have dark money. We can play just as dirty as they can. And so we have a two-prong approach. One, we are going to be spending our money going after all the filthy incumbents and corporate candidates and AIPAC-bought candidates that are running. And two, we are supporting our own slate of candidates that we have, that we've picked. And actually, they don't even know because we're a super PAC, so we can't even talk to them. But we are nonpartisan. We will support people that are speaking for working people and fighting against the corporate interests. And so I want to just, I don't know which one of these is which. There's two ads that we have that I was just going to play.
So if
which one? I don't know which one.
At 16 years old in Israel on a high school trip, holding an assault rifle. And this is the definition of indoctrination. As I grew older, I witnessed the rise of the Israeli lobby, exerting its influence on our politics and policies. I learned about the injustices happening thousands of miles away in the name of Jewish people. And I can't stay silent in the face of such injustice. I do not feel powerless. I feel hopeful. It is time for us to use our voices to stand in solidarity with the oppressed, to demand accountability from our leaders. I pledge to fight for justice and equity for everyone, here at home and abroad, for there can be no peace without true justice.
Hi, I'm Jen Perelman with the Revolutionary Change PAC. We are done with AIPAC-funded candidates that put foreign interests ahead of the interests of working Americans. You can help us beat AIPAC at their own game. Please donate to Revolutionary Change now and help us fight fire with fire.
So that's one of the ads that's been circulating. And I don't know if either of you have seen them. They've been sort of circulating over the past couple of weeks, but we weren't going to officially announce it until today. And just as a point of reference, I mean, Peter, do you want to say who our first three candidates are that we're supporting?
Yeah, we have a second ad that we will play, but in terms of the candidates that we are planning on supporting in the upcoming elections in 2026, the first candidate is going to be Butch Ware, who is running for governor of California on the Green Party ticket. We obviously think very highly of him. He's been on the podcast. Obviously, now we cannot communicate with him further, but the efforts will be made to make sure that he has a fighting chance. And with the latest blow up by Katie Porter, we think there is definitely an opening here where he can cause some headway, and that would obviously be a good thing. The second candidate is Shama Sawant, who is running for Congress in Washington's, I believe it's the 9th district, if I remember off the top of my head. She is running against Adam Smith, Mr. Corporate whore himself, who's been in office probably longer than some of you people in the chat have been alive. I think he's been there for about 30 years. And then the last candidate we are going to be supporting as of right now is going to be Senate candidate Graham Plattner in Maine. And the reason we're supporting him, even though he's running in the Democratic Party, is that he is a very solid candidate, and he is running in a primary against a Democratic Party picked AIPAC candidate who also happens to be somebody who made a shitload of money grifting through these fundraising DC groups that basically was, you've heard about them. They're basically all Red Cross wannabes where they raise the money and only about 5% of it actually gets spent on the candidates. The other 95% gets spent on the operation. So those are the three candidates that as of now we will be supporting. I think that we have to try to make an impact outside of the two-party system. I think this is one way to do it. And we have one more ad to play.
You have it? Okay.
According to AIPAC, it donated money to 365 candidates from both parties, including every single member of both Democratic and Republican leadership in Congress.
For the past 2 years, we've been watching a live stream genocide in Palestine. People in this country are waking up to realize that our leadership has been compromised by the Zionist agenda. You can help us take back this country for ourselves and a free Palestine. Donate to Revolutionary Change now.
And just so people know, the only two people in charge of the money for this PAC are me and Peter. That's it. It's just us. There's nobody else that gets to decide where money is spent. No WCCC white collar campaign carnies coming in and taking a payroll out of the PAC. This is totally about fighting against those forces, fighting against AIPAC, and standing up for candidates that are on the right side of history.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about where your money's going with us. That much we can assure you.
Exactly.
You mean Cenk Uygur won't be involved?
No, there's no wolf pack here. This is just
it's just us. It's just us, and we are in charge of it, and nobody else gets to say where money goes or where it's spent or anything like that. And we are very committed to allocating the money where it needs to go. So
I think, I think it's, I didn't know about this. I'm learning it with the audience, but I think now is as good a time as ever. I don't know if you saw polls that have come out. I mean, just in 3 years, I think it was plus 48 or something like that, pro-Israel in this country. And now it's moved to, I think I saw positive 1 or 2. I mean, that's a gigantic shift. As you guys, I'm sure, have covered, I mean, 40, 50% of the protesters on the streets are Jewish. And I think even like the old boomer liberal, wine moms, I mean, some of them will always be what they are, but even some of them, have said, right, have seen enough. So I think now is a great time to try and, go on the attack. I'm sure AIPAC, if you get any traction, will hit you back tenfold. But I think you guys could take it.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to need to come on your show at some point and talk about what happened to us the other day. So
Yeah.
Yes.
we've just, Katie, I don't know if Jen texted you this. I know I haven't messaged yet, but we had the police come and visit us the other day because we decided to go after Central Synagogue on 55th in Lexington, because apparently the rabbi was toying with very coded language about human sacrifice in the name of Israel. And because the segment blew up, it's gotten over, I think it's probably somewhere close to like 250,000 views at this point. They decided to call the cops on us. And the only reason I found out about it is because the cops that came to see me was at 11:30 at night. It was the sheriff's office that did it. And I spoke to them.
What city are you in?
I'm by Destin. I'm in the Florida Panhandle.
He's
And
in Niceville.
Oh, you're talking about a synagogue in Florida. Okay, I thought, yeah.
No, the synagogue is in New York.
Oh, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yes.
So
but they
basically, some
called the police.
wealthy people,
right,
people
wow.
at this synagogue called their pals and at the Florida sheriff.
Well, the plantation police showed up at my house, and then and I didn't talk to them because I know better. Then a few hours later, the sheriff up in wherever Peter lives showed up at his house, and they asked if we had a hit list. And because we have a hit list, but the hit is a bong hit. So in fact, this is it. Okay. So which to me is pretty clear that what that is. But so they wanted to make sure that we weren't planning a trip to New York to hurt people.
Wow.
And so the two cops who I ended up having a fairly cordial conversation with, by the time it was over, he basically said, fuck it. These are the people that called the cops on you. I was like, oh, really?
Wow.
So you're telling me that the people at the synagogue didn't like our video and they felt that the way to get to us is to intimidate us?
Yep.
Okay, well, this is why we have to do this.
So this is one more reason why, it just makes us more resolved. Like, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't scare us. It doesn't intimidate us, and it's not going to stop us. And so I was just wanting you guys to be here to let you know about this PAC, that this is what we're doing. We are nonpartisan. So one of our candidates is a Democrat, one is a Green, and one is an independent. But we are open to supporting people that are on the right side of history. So that's where we are.